Hello, it's Friday. It's the third day of the reign of the beast from the east meets Storm Emma. And it's still snowing. It snowed all night and it's still snowing, and it's now the early afternoon. Here's the patch of pavement where that little bird was scuttling about a couple of vlogs ago. Inside my front gate there's an enormous high drift. The road's looking a bit like that at the moment because there has been some traffic and there's been some grit put down. That's what that brown stuff is there. At the back it's still been all blowing off my roof, but as you can see it's collected in the gutter and it's just waiting. You know those coin machines with the 2 pences and the 1 pences? Or maybe you don't, I don't know. We have them in Britain. Every so often you put a 2p in and the whole lot is built up into a ledge like that, overhanging this big drop, and then they all drop down and you win the 2 pences. Well, that's what that snow looks like. So any minute now, and the last snowflake's going to come down and tip it all off onto my neighbour's head. Here's the scene just outside my back door. I was filming this last night when the girls were getting a bit overly excited. Look, my bin definitely looks like a giant ice cream now. Here's the windowsill. That's my frozen veg in there because there wasn't enough room in the freezer. Look at those monster icicles hanging down there. I'm not sure if you can see those. Let me just get a different angle. There, how's that? Can you see that there? Yep. The steps are now looking like a snow slide, as Isabel pointed out. Ooh, there's not a load. There, that chimney there with all those icicles hanging off. See, I've never actually had this thing happen by my window before where the snow's built up. I've only ever seen that like in fake decorations in people's houses at Christmas when they've used cotton wool to look like snow. Seems to be coming down a bit heavier now. The flakes are bigger. And every so often there's this big gust of wind and all the frosty flakes blow down off those roofs. Izzy's supposed to have a hospital appointment this afternoon, but I'm not sure if the trains are running, the buses are not running, so I need to ring up the hospital and find out if we can just add it on to another one she's got next week. I've just got off the phone to the hospital. The clinic doesn't have enough staff in to run the appointment anyway. All the clinics are cancelled, so looks like we're not going to the hospital today. The kids decided they wanted to watch Frozen for old time's sake and snuggle down in the warm. And I'm making them some popcorn. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon now. I've been doing the washing up and I'm just starting to get a little bit of lunch on the go. It's one of my random made up things. Using stuff up that was already cooked and needed finishing off. So I've got little cubes of sweet and chickpeas in there at the moment with butter and some seasoning. Pasta on the go, some wholemeal. I'm going to throw some tomatoes in and a bit of lovely fresh spinach. And maybe some basil. I would put some mushrooms in, but they're out there on my windowsill in the freezer and I can't face the cold going out to get it. Ah, no! Don't boil over. Turn that down a bit. I'm also wondering with the freezer, i.e. frozen veg wrapped up in 2 carrier bags in the garden, whether it's safer not opened, because I'm thinking if I open it and use a bit, will rats smell it and go and eat it all? I don't know, so I'm just going to leave them in there until they're opened. It's about 3:10. It's still snowing a bit and I'm going to head out and see what I can film. I'm just having a look out of the window upstairs. Look, I've got snow on my butt. My steps are almost invisible. Okay, I'm ready. I'm going out now. Oh. I'll steam my glasses up. Here are the creations in the making. Whoa. Ice. Look at the way this is chiselled here by the wind. It really does remind me of the Sahara Desert. road markings under there somewhere. My GoPro's decided to die, but I thought this was interesting. It's basically looks as if water's been running down there and gradually frozen. I love this sort of effect that's happened here because of the wind on the snow. The paving with a sort of tarmac walkway here is kind of textured, and I don't know if you can see, but the snow's been accumulating one flake at a time and then building on the flake that's landed, so it's also got the same textured pattern. Anyway, I'm going to head up into the woods and have a look out there. It's so quiet out here today. I've just seen the first person since I've left the house, which is quite a while ago now. Look at this lovely fresh snow here, mounted up there. Right, I'm going for it. I've got a little well here by a car, look, it's just been made by nature. Look at that lovely clean snow wall there, just completely wind sculpted. I'm really fascinated by this. It's not something we Brits see every day. Woo, that's a deep one. There's actually a little stream under there, but the snow's clumped around on the greenery. Oh, that's a very pretty spectacle. For some reason, reminds me of Christmas cake. I have no idea why. Ooh, now that looks fun up there. I'm going to branch off the path. At least I can follow my footsteps to find myself again. Somebody else has been up here already today. Oh, that's a bit cold. Oh, look at it. Oh, it's so lovely. Isn't it amazing how a covering of snow changes everything? I mean, the woods are beautiful in the first place, to be fair. But I saw a dumped old sofa covered in snow, and even that looked lovely. Even my old loo looked lovely. I used to bring Izzy up here when she was freshly out of school. We would do our school in the woods, if the weather was okay. Which didn't happen that often. But to be fair, it's the UK. Yeah, we'd manage to do sorts of things out here. Sometimes we get plagued by mosquitoes though, or biting midges. Anyway, it was a very invigorating place to do school. Had your mind alive. Just keeping the context different can make a world of difference in that respect. Being in different locations all the time. I've decided to come back down the way I came here. It was getting a bit too treacherous and I was skidding about everywhere. There's another one of those lovely little wind sculptures there around the tree. I suppose I better head back. I've left Izzy with the 3 Cases channel. I'll put a... Oh, it's a bit slippy. I think there's frozen water under here as well as just snow. I think I keep treading like on a patch of frozen streamlet or something. What was I saying? Yeah, Izzy's staying at home at the moment. Well, she's out the front actually digging and playing in the snow unless they've got cold and gone back in. So my other YouTuber friends who are staying with me at the moment, in case you didn't know, their channel is called 3 Cases, 2 Kids, 1 Dream, and I'll leave a link to their channel in the description below, which I've forgotten to do for the last couple of videos, but they're around. I wonder what Izzy's done in the garden. That's not the same sofa. That one doesn't look as nice as the other one. Back in the warm, my cameras are feeling very cold. I'm going to settle down now and have a nice long editing fest. I've got quite a lot of footage to edit. I'm going to end the vlog there. Thank you so much for coming out with me on my snowy adventure. I really enjoyed that. It's so cool when everything's all different. It's like a whole new world to explore. Anyway, thanks again for joining me. Don't forget to give the video a like if you liked it, because it really helps the channel to grow. Comment down your thoughts below. Subscribe if you'd like to follow more of our adventures, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.